Let's talk fashion in Africa. Africa's fashion industry has caught the attention of international designers and inspired catwalks in fashion capitals like Paris, Milan and New York. But that appreciation abroad and the creativity shown by designers from the continent is not enough to get the industry to a place where it can contribute towards economic growth and sustainability. A recent report by the African Development Bank says the potential is huge but remains mostly untapped.
The recently concluded Dakar Fashion Week celebrated 15 years since it first gave a platform for African designers to show their work to a global audience. Senegalese designer Lahad Boye was one of the record 36 designers at the event this year. With a master's degree in economics and an acclaimed distinct style, Gueye has an ideal combination for fashion business. But like many designers on the continent, he struggles to navigate an industry that is admired but does not get enough financial attention.
When
it comes to creativity and imagination, it's all there. But the problem is that fashion is not organized in Africa. It needs to be said. We have to say things the way they are. We really have imagination. We really know how to create. We have the talent and everything. But we need the organization. And I think talent without organization at my level, it can't get you very far.
Yet, the African Development Bank says fashion and other creative industries, if properly financed and exploited, can create jobs for the 13 million joining the labor market every year, accelerate economic growth, industrialization, and enhance trade.
These are great examples because they demonstrate that both public and private sector are coming together because they see a great potential of the sector when it comes to textile fashion designers. They use creativity as their unique selling point, but creativity is not enough. You need to develop the business skills of the target group, and we need to capitalize on this.
But on the world scale, apparel exports from Africa represent less than 1%. Adama Ndiaye, the founder of the Dakar Fashion Week, is a successful West African designer with her own label, Adama Paris, and a fashion TV channel. Ndiaye wants investors to take fashion more seriously and for government to work harder on improving the infrastructure, from giving better training to building industry and investing in cost-efficient transport.
Le but, quand même, dans une entreprise, c'est pas de prendre des risques non calculés.
You don't want to take uncalculated risks in business. You need a base and you need a frame. And in this industry, we are the ones making the base and the frame and even the pyramid on it. And it turns into a bit of a circus, and that is why we need to look up to countries in South Africa. And in East Africa, we have an established structure. And people like me can graft themselves onto the structure and add value.
There are also very few industrial spaces for the fashion designers to move out of the workshop into mass production. The Fashionomics report said Africa currently accounts for just 1.9% of global manufacturing. There's an urgent need for Africa to rapidly industrialize and add value to everything that it produces. 15 years after the first African catwalk in Dakar, the creative industry is looking at. Labor costs are rising in Asia, and the sub-Saharan countries face a real opportunity to take up the mantle and stride towards its own industry success. The designers say they are ready. It's now up to investors to pick up the challenge and governments to build the infrastructure the sector needs.
Fashion is truly true business. Well, that's a wrap on today's edition of the program and, of course, for the week. Thank you very much for being part of it. We hope to see you again next week. I'm Chimezie Obi Iwago.